one.
So in this front storage compartment is where you're going to find access to the water. This is where you will find the water hose whenever you hook up at a campsite. We'll have it automatically connected to the camper. All you'll do is take the end of this hose and run it through and out the bottom here into the faucet at your campsite. You can also put this on the campsite, so if you needed a second hose for spraying off things, it's kind of handy. There are also some pigtails in here that go from 50 amp to 30. This is a 30 amp camper. So if you get to a campsite that only has 50 amp, you'll need this to get it to where the 30 amp cord will work. And then sometimes you'll need a 30 amp to 110 if you're at a place that only has 110 power. Keep in mind, you cannot run the air conditioning on 110 power. You have to have at least 30 amp power to run the air conditioning. We also have a surge protector in here that you can use at the campsite. Whenever you're using the camper, make sure that this is your battery plug-in, that it's connected. If you take this out, you lose all battery power to the camper. So make sure that it's in at all times. Otherwise, you'll have no power. You'll want to keep this lever on the city water if you're connected to a faucet. If you are somewhere where you do not have water connection and you're having to fill the water into the camper, you will have to change it to fresh tank fill. You'll have two sets of chocks, one for each side. This is where your 30 amp power connection will be. It'll have a little screw-in cover here and it just plugs in easily just like that. This will be stored in the front compartment on top of that water hose. To plug it in, you just put it right in here and then screw this down to give it a watertight seal. You have an outdoor kitchen here that has a griddle cooktop. You'll need to bring griddle tools if you would like to use that. To open it up, you just lift up these levers and then you'll pull this out, and then once you pull it, then you pull it a little bit more. This will fold up to protect everything from back here from getting grease on it. And then underneath here is where you'll find the gas connection. There's a hose that fits up into this hole that you will pull the hose out, and it fits into a quick connect right here to get gas for it. Don't forget to turn the propane tanks on, open them up so you can get propane. Disconnect that and then push this back up into here to put the griddle away. We do have an outdoor fridge here, but it's unplugged. We basically used it for storage. You can plug it in if you'd like. It's over on the right-hand side. We also have a little trash can that you can use with grocery bags that hangs off the side here, which is really handy when using the griddle. We do have outdoor power source here, so 2 plugs you can use here. You do have a power awning. The controls are inside. Make sure to only use the awning when you're at the campsite. If you leave the campsite, you need to pull the awning in to avoid damages. On this side, you'll find all your hitch accessories. There are leveling jacks, these red levelers if you need to level side to side. There's also X-chocks that you can put between the wheels. These are pads that you can put underneath your stabilizer jacks. There's gloves. Here's the crank handle for your stabilizer jacks, and all the tools that go with your Blue Ox weight distribution hitch. If your tow vehicle does not have trailer brakes, we do have a Bluetooth trailer brake component available for you. Anytime you leave, make sure all of these compartments are closed and locked before you get on the road.
Should they store the hitch in there?
It's hard to get in and out of here. It would probably be ideal that you stow it in the back of your tow vehicle. It's probably easier to get in and out of there. It's really heavy and it's hard to get in and out of here. Your 12-volt battery is here. If you have any issues with that for any reason, hopefully you do not. Inside here are the propane tanks, and you'll see that these little knobs unscrew, and then they'll open here to open here. There's a regulator in here that switches from one side to the other. You kind of have to feel which side it's on. Right now it's pointing to this one over here. So you just open up this propane tank, and then you can close this back up. I would leave the propane tanks closed while you're traveling. There's nothing that uses it while you're traveling. And so only open them when you get to your campsite and close them before you leave. Then this goes down here. Oh, also, if you run out of propane in this tank, you'll have to switch this lever down here to the other tank and then open this one.